If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Blueface throws shots at Meek Mill's new artist, and Remy Ma claps back at a fan. Plus, Queen Key is pregnant with triplets. Let's talk hip-hop.
It takes like $30,000 for my grandma to get off dialysis. I just spent $50 on jury and I could have got her off dialysis. Man, this shit crazy. Right now, I gotta get them right, and then you're gonna see me icing myself up. You're gonna see me walking in designer shoes. I gotta get them right.
Alright, so that was Young Ro, right? Young Ro is a brand new rapper. Well, he's not brand new, but he's newly signed to like a major record deal. Meek Mill actually signed him, and Young Ro is actually from New Orleans. He ain't from Philly, right? And the whole situation is, you know, Meek Mill now has Dream Chasers, his imprint under Rock Nation, which is Jay-Z's thing. So, you know, Young Ro is gonna be out of here, right? And I like it because Jay-Z and Meek Mill both signed like real ass niggas. And basically what Young Ro was saying was some real shit, right? He was basically like, yo, how could I, you know, a lot of people might see me and they might be like, yeah, you signed to Meek Mill, but why you don't got no chains? You know what I'm saying? I thought you was lit. I thought you was signed to Meek Mill, right? And he's like, yeah, I got some money, but why would I take that money and buy $50,000 worth of jewelry when I gotta buy my mom a house, right? When I gotta get my grandmother off dialysis, right? If it costs $30,000 to get her off dialysis, which basically means like he's gonna buy her like a new kidney or something, right? And then another $20,000 to do whatever he got to do for his moms, that's all the money right there. So no money for chains, right? And this is cool and humble, and I think that the thing that people should do, especially when they get a lot of money, you know, straight up and down, when they never had money before and they were poor, and the people that they come from are poor too, why don't you give that money back to the people that help raise you, right? You know, give your family a stimulus package, right? That's what real niggas do. Make sure moms is good, make sure grandmas is good, make sure pops is good, whatever, right? So that's cool, right? Blueface, on the other hand, though, is not so cool with his family, right? Is not so cool with his sister, right? Is not so cool with his moms, right? So Blueface has something to say about it. So Blueface did implant himself in Young Ro's situation. Blueface is like, if you sign a deal and you can't afford $50,000 for a chain and $50,000 to get your granny off dialysis and another $100,000 to put down on your mama's house, then you shouldn't have signed that on Crip, right? That's what Blueface is saying. Like, how is this dude even talking about all he got is $50,000 to do whatever with, and then you shouldn't have signed the deal because they gave you pennies, right? And it's kind of funny because he's like throwing shots at Young Ro, basically saying, oh, that deal that you signed with Meek Mill was trash, right? So he follows it up with, okay, here comes the fans. They want to instigate, like I said, something disrespectful. I'm just giving advice for the next artist to take it how they want to take it, though. And then he goes, invest in yourself. A chain is more than just some jewelry around your neck. You got to look the part to basically be the part. Basically, fake it till you make it. You got to look rich till you are rich. And being a rapper is not about lyrics or not about having a hot song. It's 2020. It's not about, you know, spitting a dope freestyle. It's about giving the look, the image. And if you don't look like you lit, then you're not going to ever be lit, right? And he's like, there's a new rapper every 5 minutes, so you got to do something to stand out, and basically getting a chain makes people know that you're official, right? That's what Blueface basically expanded on after he basically shit on whatever Young Ro was saying, right? And once Blueface expanded, I get it, you know, I see what he's talking about, because you do have to put forth a certain image in order for people to take you seriously, especially in hip hop, right? But I also disagree with Blueface in the fact that, yo, Young Ro wants to make sure his family is straight before he, you know, wears designer and drips in jewels, and that's smart too, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's one and the other, and I also think that Blueface is really like out of pocket for like really inserting himself in whatever Young Young Ro was trying to say. And then also, I feel like Young Ro should get a free chain from Meek Mill. Like when you sign and you get that advance money, shouldn't Meek Mill be like, alright, here's your chain now too. And then he has on the DC chain at least, like give me one chain for free, or take it out of my budget or something, right? But I would think that Meek Mill would do that. And clearly he did not, because this dude don't even got one chain, right? So everybody in the wrong except for Young Ro. Meek in the wrong, Blueface in the wrong, everybody in the wrong. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. All right, so Remy put up this picture on Instagram, right? Looking mad good, right? And then a fan basically commented under the picture, right? And was like, and this whole thing is crazy, right? So the fan is like, oh, seems like you trying to be someone you aren't. I guess no music sales, gotta sell other stuff. Get back to the music, right? Remy Ma had time today, right? So she basically went off on that fan, right? And I'm not gonna read it all to you, but basically she said, it seems like you don't know me from nowhere. Seems like you're forced to rely on one source of income, so you assume that I have the same problem. Seems like you don't know what I do, and it never made, if I never make another song in my life, I'll still make 7 figures off of Lean Back and All the Way Up alone. Seems like you don't even know how the industry works, because if you did, then you would know that sales are irrelevant, right? And it's crazy. Now, this fan or this person that commented on Remy's picture was definitely trolling her, right? And then Remy took it like to a different place, right? So first of all, the person is like, oh, basically you look like you're trying to be somebody that you're not. I guess the sales of the albums and the singles aren't selling too well, so this is what you got to resort to. Maybe, I don't know, doing beauty stuff, Fenty, and, you know, taking modeling pictures and trying to sell makeup instead of selling your music, right? Well, first of all, a lot of rappers get a whole bunch more money off of endorsements and, you know, just kind of endorsing a brand rather than actually selling their music. I think that most rappers make the least amount of money from selling their music and more about monetizing their image and also shows, because you do get a lot of money to be physically out there doing the shows, right? But streaming is dead now, right? Yeah, people stream like crazy, but it also takes crazy streaming numbers for you to make money off of music. People don't do that unless people are not really seeing a significant amount of money off of music unless they're independent like a Troy Ave, or unless they like stream like a fool like Lil Nas X and like NBA Youngboy or somebody, right? But the whole situation is that, okay, fine, Remy, you're making 7 figures off of Lean Back and All the Way Up, and that's cool. But I kind of feel like even though this fan didn't really word it in the right way, I guess what the fan is trying to say is that, like, we look at Remy as like a gangster rapper, right? Now, forget about the fact that she's a female rapper. You do have other female rappers out there, and a lot of times, especially now in hip-hop, female rappers are kind of like, oh, you know, I'm trying to get this money from this nigga, or, you know, I done stole your man, or whatever like that. And I think it's more like, you know, hip hop music a little bit, right? The way that a lot of females do rap nowadays, right? And that's cool, but we look at Remy as like a gangster rapper, regardless if she's a female or not. So with Remy, and I know a lot of guys, and I'm not this type of guy, but I know a lot of guys who can't listen to Lil' Kim, or can't listen to Cardi B, or can't listen to Nicki Minaj, because as soon as they start talking about, you know, deep throating this or riding that, they're like, what the hell? And they'll turn it off, right? But Remy Ma is like one of those female rappers that you can listen to, because she was rapping about being in the Bronx, being in the hood, selling crack out of her socks and everything like that. She was rapping like a dude, right? So even though Remy's music has not changed, her physical image has changed, and she does, you know, Remy is not hardcore like tomboy. She's not rough around the edges like she used to be, right? She's looking like, okay, Remy, I see. It's like the cousin who you always know gonna come through, and she's like one of the homeboys, but then one Thanksgiving she comes through looking all good, like a snack, like the thoughts that you holler at, and it's like, what's going on with Remy, basically, right? So I get what the fan is saying too, right? It's no like shade. It's not saying we don't like Remy, but what happened to like the bouncers don't check us and we walk around the metal detectors? Like, what happened to that Remy, right? What happened to Remy want them goddamn diamonds, right? What happened to that Remy, right? right? It's starting to be like, yo, Papoose wife out here looking good, right? And we don't want to say that. We want to be like, what up, Pap? What up, Remy? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a little bit of that. But anyway, Remy went off. She had time and basically said that record sales mean nothing, and it seems like you don't know what you're talking about, right? But I feel like that fan was like in a roundabout kind of way just saying like, we miss the old hood ass gangster Remy, right? And I'm not saying we want the old Remy back, right? Because people gotta grow, and that old Remy ended up in prison, right? So we don't want none of that. But I feel you. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
And sometimes they're IVF or other fertility assisted. So, okay, so there are 3 babies. All right, so let's see, I'm gonna cry. So this baby, A and B, are in this gestational sac, and C's by itself up here. Okay?
Alright, Joe, so that's Queen Key, right? Well, this is Queen Key, right? And apparently Queen Key is pregnant with triplets, right? She's from Chicago, right? And this whole thing is crazy. So, alright, the whole situation is, and I don't know if y'all remember, right? But a couple months ago, Queen Key came out with a song called Eat Me Out, right? She's like, eat me out. You know, eat my ass, whatever, whatever it is, right? And the whole thing is that Queen Key exposed 600 Breezy. 600 Breezy is another rapper from Chicago. He used to be down with Drake until he got locked up and did like maybe 3 years in prison. Ever since he got out of prison, I haven't really seen him with Drake, but that's a whole nother thing, right? So once he got out of prison, though, he started messing. He's a rapper. He started messing with this rapper chick, right, from Chicago, from the same hood, who happens to be Queen Key, right? He was eating her out, right? And I guess they did like a little video or whatever like that. She was taking a video of him while he was eating her out. And she felt like she just wanted to expose him, right? Because that's how ratchet assholes are. And for y'all that don't know, Queen Key specifically, I'm not talking about all women. I'm not talking about women that are like Queen Key or anybody from Chicago. I'm talking about her specifically. She a ratchet asshole, right? And it's fine, like own that shit, right? And she does, right? So anyway, Queen Key decides to expose 600 Breezy and put a video of 600 Breezy eating her pussy on Twitter, right? And Twitter's not like Facebook or Instagram where if there's nudity, they're gonna fucking delete it and disable your whole account. Twitter, they encourage that type of stuff. There's a lot of nudity on Twitter and it's just there, right? So, boom, the video goes up on Twitter and it stays there, right? And then the very next day, she comes out with a whole video and like a fake 600 Breezy in the video with a shirt on that says, I ate 600 pussies and all kinds of stuff, right? 600 Breezy responded and was like, how are you trying to expose me for eating pussy? That's what niggas do. Niggas like eating pussy. Yeah, I was eating your damn pussy. So anyway, that's the last I heard of Queen Key. That was a couple months ago. Well, apparently she is pregnant with triplets, right? And she is trying to say that 600 Breezy is the father of these triplets, right? Which is crazy, insane, and hilarious, right? So it's either 600 Breezy's the father of these triplets, or she don't know who the father is, but she's definitely using the fact that she is pregnant with triplets as, I wouldn't say to chase clout or get clout, but she's using it as like a marketing ploy, and she's definitely having fun with this whole thing, and again owning that ratchetness, like, yeah, oh, I'm pregnant with triplets and a 600 Breezy's triplet, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's on some other shit right now, right? 600 Breezy is currently going out with Sky from Black Ink Crew, so that's that right there. So of course, you know, this girl Queen Key is shading Sky on Instagram, actually on Twitter, just basically talking shit to her because, hey, why not talk shit to Sky? That's your baby daddy or your soon-to-be baby daddy's new girlfriend, which we don't even know if 600. Somebody asked 600 Breezy on Twitter, are those your triplets? And he was like, nope. But that's all he said. He said no. So it's already like setting the stage to be super ratchet, right? Because then they got to go get a DNA test, and if it is, you know, he's gonna be like, oh hell no, you are the father. Now he got 3 more kids, and if he's not, then he's gonna be like, shit. It's so crazy. But anyway, Queen Key went on Twitter, to talk shit to Sky, which is crazy. But that's what ratchet assholes do. So she goes, how the fuck you gonna step How the fuck you gonna be a stepmama and couldn't even take care of your own kids and can't have more because you too damn old? LMAO. Breezy ass better go play before I shut his whole life down. LMAO, right? So she's planning on using these kids to get back at 600 Breezy for whatever. And of course trolling his girl, Sky, who she's like, oh, you too old, right? I don't think that Sky's too old, but she might be in her late 30s, which is older. I guess. And then, of course, you got Queen Key, who's probably like 23, right? But anyway, that's what's going on right now. Let me know what you think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.